Capuchin Soup Kitchen came about after the stock market crash of 1929. Right from the beginning, men would come to the door asking for a sandwich, and the friar, who was the porter or doorkeeper, would give it to them. In the 1920s, the porters were Brother Francis and Blessed Solanus Casey. The occasional trickle of men looking for a sandwich really became a flood within days of the stock market crash. That founded the Soup Kitchen. I think the common thread is that wherever we've been, whatever program we have, the door is open and people know that we will serve them as best we can.
One of the nice things about being a program of the Capuchin Soup Kitchen is that we have a place to send our food. Not only are we able to sell it to people in the community, but we're also able to share that food with the soup kitchen. And that is not something that many organizations have the opportunity to do. So we're very unique in that aspect. We are certified organic. It's food that we're growing without the use of chemicals. There are no pesticides that are utilized during the process. What we don't use in the soup kitchen, it can go into the compost pile, and we can use that food to amend our soil. So we're very sustainable in that aspect, and to be able to provide fresh fruits and vegetables to guests of the soup kitchen is just very impactful and it's very powerful.
We have a Jefferson House program, which is a alcohol, drug, substance use disorder program, 9 months for homeless men to help them get sober and to return to productive lives and, if possible, reconnect with family. We also have the Capuchin Services Center. Not only do people need something to eat, but some people needed clothing. They needed food to provide meals for families at home, and so it really began as a clothing pantry and a food pantry. Since then, we also provide emergency services. We have guest service workers and social workers who meet with the guests. And that is to help them assess what their needs might be and how maybe they could get other help that they don't know about and connect them with other programs. We also have the Rosa Parks Children and Youth Program.
After school program is very, very vital just to have a safe place for people to go. A lot of schools, because of funding, has shut down a lot of their after school activities. You can't find quality tutors, and a lot of families can't afford to pay. So to have a place where you could come, have your child learn, and have them also be supported, not only academically, but emotionally too. There's a lot of things that go on in the kids' lives. And it's unfortunate, to address certain topics like grief or anxiety with a 7-year-old or a 9-year-old. But at the end of the day, it's a real life thing that they go through. It's a challenge that we really look forward to taking on. We look forward to working with the kids every day and supporting them as best we can.
When you've been in prison, you have a pretty meager resume, and people are reluctant to hire. ROPE stands for Reaching Our Potential Every Day. This was a way to give job skills by founding a bakery. Originally, the baked goods were only sold on the weekends up in parishes throughout the Detroit Archdiocese. We still do that, but then the idea came to have a cafe. Since its founding, we have now moved the cafe, and it's in a new addition to the Solanus Casey Center. I like that because it's really bringing Solanus's spirituality and his outreach to the poor together in one place. We accept no government support, and because of that, we can really make our own criteria. Anybody from anywhere in the city or elsewhere, for that matter, can come through our door and they will get a meal.
The brothers, their goal is to build a brotherhood and sisterhood throughout the world by simply providing spiritual and basic human needs. So whenever you're coming in here, you're actually participating in what their goal is.
Volunteers and community support are absolutely critical. We need our volunteers. We need our donors. We need people who support us. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do all the things that we're able to achieve with the help of others.
The Soup Kitchen has now, I think 6 or 7 Capuchins are actually involved day to day, but it takes another 80 employees to make all of these various programs possible. And without volunteers, how many more would we need?
Your dollars, your contributions, your time, however you want to spend it, however you want to serve society, whether it's direct service, whether it's through children, whether it's through urban gardening. We have a multitude of different ways that we can help you serve.
The Soup Kitchen doesn't only minister to the poor people and people at the periphery, but also the mainstream and people of means. We are spiritually ministering to them by allowing them to act out their own Christian commitment by supporting this kind of ministry. They have faith and they want to do something to express that. And the Capuchin Soup Kitchen and these other ministries, whatever they might be, are ways that they express that. That's true for the donors, that's true for the volunteers. We're not just giving to give, but we're giving because we know we also receive when we give, and that creates joy in ourselves.
At the Capuchin Soup Kitchen and with the Rosa Parks Youth Program, I can directly impact change. If a kid doesn't have something, I can give him the resources via a social worker, via our services center, via Rosa Parks' budget. Meaning if a kid needs school supplies, if a kid needs school uniforms, we can assist and help with those things. It gives me the ability to do my job at a very, very high success rate, especially dealing with inner city challenges, but that's what I enjoy. I like winning a lot, and at the end of the day, I like to see people have success.
When I was a high school student at our St. Lawrence Seminary, we went on an urban plunge to Chicago. We went to a school that had cultures from all over the world. It was a very transient area. This is the poorest. And I saw the look in the eyes of those kids. I saw for the first time in my life hopelessness. And I felt helpless because there was nothing I could do. We were just passing through. But that's when I decided that I wanted to be someone who tried to do something about that. And so I chose to become a Capuchin.
Our benefactors are crucial to our success. They give us the ability to dream. They give us the ability to actually execute. Something as simple as our school supply drive, we're able to give out over 400 book bags just this season. That's 400 kids that are going back to school with everything they need. These little things help more than people know. It allows us to dream, it allows us to be passionate, and it allows us to actually get the job done. People don't really understand how far the dollar goes at the Capuchin Soup Kitchen. We just service so many different ways.
We could not serve poor people in Detroit the way we do without this incredible number of partners.
Know you're doing something for a good reason.
When I was a young friar and made my first profession 40 years ago, on the memorial card, we used the words of St. Francis of Assisi. We have been called to heal wounds, to unite what has fallen apart, and to bring home those who have lost their way.
We're here to fight, we're here to continue to work, and with your contributions, we can continue to do even more.